So you've read the title of this video and you're thinking, whoa, wait, what? Isn't Lego? That is right, it isn't Lego. Godzilla vs. Kong. The iconic blockbuster MonsterVerse movie film is upon us, and it's about to drop in about a week or so, depending on when this video is up. And regardless, the movie is up, so it's coming. I'm pretty sure a handful of people, including you, are pretty hyped for it. I mean, it's been a while since a major movie came out since the pandemic started, so the people at Playmates were very kind enough. They picked me, a Lego channel, to do a review on non-Lego products. So Playmates have sent me these for now, and then they're going to send me more in the future. So they've sent me these MonsterVerse action figures. And you're probably thinking, these aren't Lego. That's right, these are not Lego. Regardless, we're still going to do them because, well, thank you Playmates for sponsoring this video by giving me these figures. So what I have in front of me are 3 of the many figures that are coming very, very soon. Playmates is doing a awesome variety of these Godzilla vs. Kong figures, and of course, if available, be sure to check out that movie in theaters near you, and if you're American, be sure to get it on HBO Max to look at it. Once again, thank you so much Playmates for sponsoring this video. So, in this video, we're doing 3 here. We got Godzilla with radio tower, and then we got Kong with his battle axe that he'll be using in the movie to fight Godzilla with. And then we have a Skullcrawler. So if you watch Kong Skull Island, you may recognize this fella. These guys are making a return in Godzilla vs. Kong. So good to see these appear once again. So let's take a look at these 3 figures. And next time we're going to look at some more other figures in the future. Let's get right to it. Alright, first one up on the list. This is Godzilla with a radio tower. And all the packaging of these figures are pretty much going to be done like this. So you get the figure to stand out, and then it's just in this little encasement, which means if you're really concerned about like sanitary stuff and stuff, I would highly recommend you take like a Lysol or something to wipe down the figure as soon as you take it out, because, well, as you can see, it's not completely covered, it is actually exposed. So if you really care that much about the sanitary stuff, then give your figures a wipe as soon as you take them out of the packaging. So there's that beautiful artwork of Godzilla and Kong about to punch each other in the face. 4+, this is not a Lego set, so there's no piece count and no set number. MonsterVerse Godzilla with radio tower, you got the Toho Company, Legendary Studios, battle damage reveal right there. At the bottom here shows you a little instructions how to assemble your figure all together. I think how we're going to open it is actually by opening the bottom here, I'm pretty sure. So there's that, and here is the back of the packaging. Look at that. Godzilla Radio Tower. Here, harness the awesome power of Godzilla's thunderous roar and devastating tail swipe as the king of the monsters battle Kong to settle in an ancient rivalry. So there's that beautiful picture of Godzilla right there holding that radio tower, and here's another list of all the other figures that we will be covering. Every single one of them you see in front of you here on the list here, so be sure to check that out. So now let's open this up. Probably won't do it on camera just to save time, so let's open this up and we'll take a look at the figure. And here he is out of the package in all his glory. Here is Godzilla with the radio tower. So here's the radio tower. The material feels pretty nice, you know, given that it's plastic, but it's actually a pretty sturdy material. It's actually pretty soft rubber, so you can see you can actually bend it. For safety's sake, I think that's good. So it's actually good durable material to the point where it won't, you know, snap. Obviously, unless you like go full ham and everything, but responsibly, I think this should be fun. But overall, it's just a radio tower, ain't that interesting. And of course, you can have him hold it by attaching it to his hand, just like that, pretty loosely, just like that. So that. So you put that aside, then you're just left with just the good old Godzilla himself. Overall, very, very nice appearance. Really like what they've done here with his dorsal fins. I think that's what they're called, or you just come spikes, his back spikes. I think they've kept the same design from King of the Monsters, and I don't think they've made any changes with him. I think he's still the same, so pretty nice. You got a nice fade of blue and then outskirts of gray. Long tail, perfect like that, and it's on a ball socket, so you can attach the tail on him separate. Otherwise, it would be so painful for them to package it. So makes sense, and it gives you a full articulation, given that it's on a ball socket. So the tail is a pretty long boy. You can see pretty soft tip at the end, good for safety's sake. And yeah, so you can pretty much rotate in pretty much whatever position you wanted. Let's say if you want him to be swimming in the ocean, and his movement when he's swimming in the water, his dorsal fins stick out, and then you just have his tail kind of just sticking out and everything, swimming around. So to create a lot of different motions if you want, and this definitely gives you that option. His legs can be moved just like that. I actually, has he ever ran? I don't know. So if he's going on a little run or something, there you go. Makes it look like he's going on a jog. So yeah, articulation in the legs is pretty well. No knees articulation, unfortunately. It's just one stiff piece like that. I mean, he is a pretty large creature, so it makes sense. It makes sense that they don't want to make him too articulable, or else it would cost a lot of much more to produce for sure. His arms move up and down all the way like this. So say if he's trying to bash Kong on the head or something, or just going on a run, or just standing up still like this, or reach forward to push onto something or hold on to something, then you can do that. So there's good articulation there. As for the head, you can sort of move the neck, but it's kind of really stiff, and I don't really want to risk breaking him. So there's that. And there's also the jaw, which you can't really open and shut. It's kind of just attached like that. So just leave him in his roaring position, which is okay because, well, there's also the atomic breath Godzilla. So that makes up for it. So this is just him when he's not charging up and blasting atomic breath. So there's that. So I think my favorite thing about him is definitely the dorsal fins here. If you look at, oh yeah, that looks just like what you expect out of Godzilla. So honestly, it's pretty good. And then finally, the battle damage reveal thing. It's right here across his chest. So if you want him to be slightly injured in battle, you show his battle damage. There you go. You just take that off. You can see a little bit of his rib cage there, and then here's that little piece that comes off. Pretty good attachment point, so when you just slap that thing back on, alright, there we go, it's all fixed. So from a distance, if you just cover it up pretty well, it's actually not that noticeable, so it's okay. So the battle damage review here, not really one of my favorite things with these figures, but felt it was necessary to show you anyways. So there's that. So yeah, overall, not bad. I quite enjoyed it. This is not a bad figure, but I do think the atomic breath Godzilla is a lot better. So that's it for this one, though. Let's move on to the next figure. All right, next up we got Kong with battle axe. Again, the packaging is very similar, but obviously since he's more, the shape of him is not as big as Godzilla, he can just be placed in the front like that. You can see his axe is attached right there. Little piece of his skin for his battle damage reveal shown right here. Monster vs. Kong with battle axe. Toho legendary again. No instructions at the bottom because there's nothing required to be assembled. Here's the back of Kong. Display of him. Again, all the other figures right there. Feel the mighty strength of Kong as he enters the ultimate battle royale against Godzilla with bone-crushing primal strength and a legendary new weapon fit for a king with his new axe, which is most likely made of Godzilla's dorsal fins, and a little stick. People are speculating it's Muto bones, but we'll find out in the movie when it comes out. So there you go. So that is Kong with battle axe. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Alright, here he is out of the packaging. First and foremost, one of the things I immediately noticed when I was unboxing this figure is the quality of the of the plastic here. It's actually some high quality stuff. It's actually pretty promising, and for a figure that costs $12.99, this is perfect. This is good playable material. You can definitely have quite the amount of fun playing with this guy because he has a ton of articulation all over the place. A lot of articulation, which is absolutely fantastic. Way more than Godzilla by a milestone, obviously, but still, monkey. He's a monkey, and that's what it matters. And I think the other Kong can also has the same amount of articulation. So, first and foremost, head. Here's his face. Very nice expression with the roar, but you can tilt it if you want. Kind of show different expressions. The arms, full hands-on articulation, like that. Oh yeah, you can. The arms up and down. You can move the elbows pretty nicely. Can't really, but it's a little bit restricting, but at least you can still move it in a sense. So that's pretty nice. As for the wrists, not this one, but this one, but his right wrist, because he's holding the axe, can be rotated quite well. And obviously, here's the axe itself, which I've already put it in. I'm not going to bother taking it out. Here it is. Nice little handle there with the dorsal fin from, I believe that's from Godzilla's back, most likely. If not, I don't know what it is then. I think that's what it's from. So there's that. So articulation pretty well in this one. As for the legs, you can articulate the knees and the legs themselves pretty well. So you can strike this guy in lots of different poses, and given that this one has the battle axe, you can kind of lift it up, about to strike the axe or something, or holding like this to like maybe block the atomic breath or something. So that's lots of different playability options for this guy, and you can definitely have quite the amount of fun with him. So I do think, oh yes, and the battle damage reveal is it's embedded in here, but it's way too hard to take out. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, it's way too hard to take out. But I think I can still get, actually, you know, it's not that bad. Okay, there you go. His battle damage reveal. See his little flesh, like that, kind of a little disturbing, but glad to see it's still a play option. So there's that. So overall, what do I think of this guy? Well, in terms of playability, he definitely tops Godzilla by a milestone. But yeah, you can definitely interact with this guy a lot, and like I said, the quality of the material here is really nice. And for a figure that's $12.99, yeah, I would say he's pretty good. He's pretty good. So that's it for this one. Let's move on to the final figure of this video. Finally, the last one for this video until we do the other figures in a future video. This is the Monsterverse Skullcrawler with Heav. So again, if you don't remember, the Skullcrawlers, they were the main bad creatures on Kong Skull Island, and looks like they're making a return here for Godzilla vs. Kong. If Playmates was to do a figure on these, looks like they've got a new design though. We'll get to that in a bit, but there you can see the skin attached here, a little Hollow Earth hover cart thing right there. Battle damage reveal again shown right there. The way he's packaged is kind of flat against the thing instead of standing up like Kong. Here is the back of the package with Skullcrawler and all the other figures you can collect. The most dangerous super species on Skull Island, the ferocious Skullcrawler attacks with razor-sharp claws and whiplash tails to dominate opponents in battle. So there's that. So that is it for this packaging. Now let's open this up and look at the figure. Alright, here he is, the Skullcrawler. It's a pretty big Skullcrawler. Really thought that he's going to be one of those tiny ones, but if I put him next to Godzilla, he's just about the same size. So I'm assuming in the film, he's gonna be a massive boy. He's gonna be a massive Skullcrawler. Cause I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's as big as Godzilla here, and I think This is gonna be quite a. If these two went head to head, I'm pretty sure it'd be a pretty even match. So this Skullcrawler is, yeah, it's pretty big. And of course, for another size comparison, of course, here's Kong. Boom. Okay, see that sort of makes. Oh, now I'm actually pretty curious to see what these guys would actually do in this film, given they don't really think they'll play a major role in this film, but still, it's good to see that they will be making a return in this film. First and foremost, the tail, super long tail. Look at this. Again, the quality of the material here, really hard, sturdy plastic, and I think, again, playability is really, really good. This really makes McDonald's toys look so cheap, I'm just saying. Not a lot of articulation going on for the tail, but it's still in a ball socket, so in some way you can still articulate it quite well. The jaw, oh yeah, can be open and shut. Like that. Fortunately, you can't really shoot a tongue out to hook stuff into his mouth like the Skullcrawlers can anyways. As for his legs, great articulation there. Unfortunately, not too much going on with the elbow, but you can kind of still get into like about to pounce pose and just have him crawl around like that. So remember, Skullcrawlers only have two hands. They don't have like apart from that thing, they just slither around. So love the patterns on him though with the red. This is new. Never really. I think this is the first time we see a red Skullcrawler. So this is definitely a new color pattern. Eye is pretty nice. The skull looking like nose is actually pretty nice as well. As for the battle damage reveal, this one is much easier to take off. Really big part of his hide or his back here. You can see his exposed ribcage and everything. Whoa, that is a massive battle damage. So this one is one of the easiest, the most accessible battle damage play features, since this seems to be the consistent theme that they're going with these figures. So there's that. So the Skullcrawler, not bad. I actually quite like this. I wasn't gonna consider doing it, but not bad. I really think I don't know how useful these guys would be in the movie, but this right here is pretty good. And finally, the last thing included in this with this figure is this like Hollow Earth vehicle thing, which, well, I guess we'll find out more when the movie comes out, so we'll see that. But apart from that, there you go. So definitely one of the not one of the main monsters for this movie, but I think he still will play quite a role. And I think this figure is pretty good. And the playability wise, very, very good. So there's that. So from these three, obviously these aren't all three. There's way more out there for now, but just for these three for this video, which one is the best? I do quite think Kong is the best here in terms of just because of the playability. You can definitely a really interactive character, whereas this guy right here definitely has the looks nice, but seriously lacks in playability. So a little unfortunate, but hey, these are overall some pretty good figures, and I think Playmates is doing quite a good job with creating these figures. And I think, yeah, that's it for this one then. Once again, be sure to check out these figures if you can see them. If you see them near your store or something, just sure to check them out. That's it for this one though. And of course, be sure to watch the movie when it comes out. Depending on where you're from, I honestly don't know when the release date even is. So yeah, so anyways, that's it for this one. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button and sub to the channel for more. That's it for this one. We'll see you all in the next one. Talk again later. Bye for now.